Hey guys, welcome back to the Cult Classic Cage Show, and today we're talking about Destroy All Humans 2. Now, I've played Destroy All Humans 1 and 2 when I was a kid. Destroy All Humans 2, it's been an absolute minute since I've even touched that game. But funny enough, one of the videos that kind of took off on my channel, actually it was essentially the first video that kind of took off a little bit on my channel, was my thoughts after having watched the announcement trailer for Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed that was less than a year ago. And now officially Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed has dropped Tuesday. And this is my first thoughts on the game itself. Now, like I said, I'm an old fan. When they announced this trailer, I was instantly excited. I wasn't concerned at all. I knew what THQ Nordic was going to do for the most part, given we were able to judge by using the remake of the first Destroy All Humans, and they did not disappoint here so far from what I played. I put almost 5 hours into the game. I was actually streaming it on Twitch. If you want to watch me stream it, you're more than welcome to head over to Cult Classic Cage on Twitch, where I will be streaming it this week. Probably gonna finish it right away. It just depends, because I have some plans, so I won't be streaming today or tomorrow, but I'll be playing the game. I'm gonna be beating the game. It's gonna be cool. I may even play Destroy All Humans 1 on stream, the remake. But my first thoughts. So, after playing the game for about 5 hours thus far, the visuals are amazing. Now, this game is available on PC, PS5, and the Xbox Series consoles. This is a next-gen only experience. Thank you, THQ Nordic, for dropping last-gen consoles. It's 2 fucking years now. Make next-gen only games, devs. I'm tired of this fucking bullshit with carrying last-gen over. I'm an early adapter. It's 2 years now. It's time to fucking stop with these last-gen consoles. I'm sick of it, honestly. So I commend THQ Nordic for saying, fuck these last-gen consoles. They're old as shit. Next-gen only, baby. So that is super great. I'm so happy about that. Now, I bought it on Steam. Overall, I have an 11700K, 3060, and the visuals are awesome. It looks beautiful. The colors are insane. It looks like a whole new game. Destroy All Humans 2 Repro looks like a whole new game, no doubt. It looks better than Destroy All Humans remake. So that's really awesome to see. The performance, for the most part, is good. Now, I have the game maxed out, running at like locked 75 FPS. Now, there was some frame rate dips, especially when you're in areas that are pretty... There's like a lot of NPCs and shit. You'll see some frame rate dips. I was in an area in England, I believe it was Soho, if I'm not mistaken, and there were a lot of fucking people in that area, and unfortunately, I was getting some frame rate dips because I was dealing with some monsters, and there was a lot of shit going on. There was a lot of chaos. There was a lot of effects. I was in a battle with all sorts of people around me, so definitely getting some frame rate dips there. Now, I had the game maxed out, so, if I had downgraded, like, the shadows and maybe a couple other basic things, the game still would have looked gorgeous and would have probably ran locked. Overall, the performance isn't really an issue from what I've gathered playing on my own. I didn't even bother to fuck around with the settings because it just seemed pretty minute to me. Another thing that does cause a bit of frame rate dropping, and people probably noticed this in the very beginning of the game, is some explosions. Now, for some reason, when Crypto's on his own and the explosions happen, it seems to dip the frame rate a bit. But I noticed that when he's in his saucer and blowing shit up and fucking shit up in general, it doesn't really seem to affect the frame rate from what from my gameplay. So overall performance is good. You may have, depending on what you're running, you may have to, adjust accordingly. obviously, like with every other game. I can't really tell you how it runs on the PS5 or the Xbox Series X. I hope it's good, but that's my perspective having played about 5 hours on PC thus far. So, visuals amazing, effects are amazing. The game looks beautiful when you're using the weapons, and their effects look really good. Performance is good overall. I did come across one bug where it seemed as though one of the NPCs was riding an invisible bike. So that silly shit, no big deal. As far as, that's like the only thing I've encountered this far after 5 hours of play. Nothing that affects gameplay by any means. The the biggest thing I commend THQ Nordic on is they did not censor this game. It is the same dialogue that we had from the original Destroy All Humans 2 brought here. It is the big busty cleavage all out Russian spy chick. Like, they did not censor anything. Crypto still has all his one-liners and hitting on spy chick. Everything is as it should be. THQ Nordic has the biggest balls in the game, because if this game was being made by any other dev company these days, it sure as fuck would have been censored to, appeal to modern audiences. And for, especially with like a lot of these companies, fuck, Saints Row got dumbed down because fucking Volition is afraid of not is willing to fall in line with political correctness of modern day because they're fucking cowards. THQ Nordic definitely got the biggest balls in the game. I commend them for staying true to Destroy All Humans 2. They clearly did it. I am so thankful for that. So thank you so much, THQ Nordic. And in the very beginning of the game, it tells you like this is pretty much a shot-for-shot remake of the original game itself. Oh my god. Please, other devs, grow a pair of fucking balls, okay? Like, stop with all this. We need to tone down this and that. No, fuck that. Make an entertaining game. Make a game unapologetically. The devs, was it Black Forest? They did that. Thank you so much. And thank you, THQ Nordic, for allowing that to happen. So, overall, if you experienced the game previously, the original version, and you're interested in this game, just know that the game, from what I've seen thus far, is just like the original in terms of the story, in terms of the dialogue. It is definitely not politically correct for the time. It is a product of its time, and I'm glad that THQ Nordic realizes that and they stay true to it. Now, the story overall is entertaining. It's silly. It's very, very childish. I don't know, crude humor, all that shit. It's what you want if you're a fan of this franchise overall. The gunplay is good. I'm enjoying it. It is a product of its time. It feels a little old school, but it's cleaned up. It's cleaned up. It plays nice. It plays as good as a third person shooter that does have the framework of a game that came out in 2006. It plays as good as it possibly can, and overall it's clean. I enjoy it. You have a good selection of weapons. Overall, it's really cool. Crypto has a good selection of costumes. You can also choose different skins for his flying saucer. The one complaint I have, I wish they would tone down a bit, is like when you're driving around the flying saucer, like you keep going like up and down, and it's kind of awkward. I wish they would have smoothed that out a little bit so it didn't feel so awkward. But it's really not that bad. It is a product of its time, so you have to take into account it feels a little dated the way it plays, but the play control is good. The play control is solid. You might have a little weird shit with the camera, just a little bit. It's really nothing crazy. It doesn't affect my gameplay by any means. Overall, the gameplay is pretty solid, especially for a game that is from 06 being brought up to modern times. The play control, nice. Everything. I've only been playing it on mouse and keyboard. I should have tried it on controller. I should have before making the video. I'm sorry about that. But I mean, I'd assume it's easier to play on controller. Like, there's a lot of different fucking keys to press for different things, a lot of different controls. So I honestly was forgetting which key was what. I would imagine that playing it on controller is much easier, and you do have the option if you're playing on PC, which is cool. Overall, I really love the experience thus far. I had to come out and talk about it, especially since some of my earliest like subs, I'm sure we're Destroy All Humans fans that were just as excited about this remake as I was. Overall, the audio is really good. You got your Invader Zim dude fucking talking. You got Crypto. He's amazing. Overall, the audio is really good. The sound effects are pretty good. I'm just thinking about whatever else I can include in my first thoughts. I'm really happy. The boss fights are as expected. I love it. It's awesome. If you want something that's not politically correct, check this game out. And honestly, like, this version is the definitive version of Destroy All Humans 2. You don't have to go back to play the older version unless you want. I think there's a platinum trophy for that on the PlayStation if you really want that. But just like with Destroy All Humans, the first remake that they did, that's the definitive version of Destroy All Humans. You don't have to play the OG version at all. You know, they did a great job of retaining everything that is Destroy All Humans with the first remake. And now the second remake, it's the same thing from what I gathered from 5 hours of play. It seems to be the definitive version of Destroy All Humans 2. That is, Destroy All Humans 2 Reprobed is the definitive version. I don't really see any reason to have to play the original Destroy All Humans to get your kicks when this is a great modernized upgrade that is still just as politically incorrect, is still just as good. It retains everything. I love the atmosphere. I love the color. I love the gameplay. I love the dialogue. It is all awesome. The references in the game. Oh my god, to old school shit. If you're into like late 60s stuff, oh my god, the first thing I saw when I was playing the game was I looked down. I had just, Crypto had just gotten his jetpack. And so I'm flying on top of a building. I look down and I see a book. And the book says The Godmother. And it's literally black and red like the Godfather book by Mario Puzo. And that was an awesome way to start the game. If you look at some posters, if you know anything about late 60s culture, if you know any artists and stuff, you could definitely see the references that they took. The game does a great job of feeling like late 60s. The characters look absolutely ridiculous. They're goofy as fuck. The game is extremely cartoony, so they obviously exaggerate the 70s looks, even though 70s can look absolutely, I mean 60s, late 60s into the 70s, I guess you could say, like, those looks are absolutely fucking ridiculous. So you don't have to actually exaggerate some of those looks, but they definitely do it in an entertaining way. It is hilarious when Crypto takes over the mind of a woman and then he walks up to talk to someone. It's still his fucking voice, but he's in a chick's body and no one says anything. It's just like, okay, whatever. It's fucking hilarious. And I enjoyed it. I'm enjoying it. Like I said, if you wanna watch me play, you can always follow me over on Twitch where I'm playing the game. And yeah, guys, that's my first thoughts. I'm happy with the game. There we go. I knew exactly what I was getting. I was hyped for it. And I just want to say, fuck the reviewers that are shitting on the game because it didn't get censored, all right? Fucking Push Square was butthurt. Literally butthurt because anal probing was a thing in the game. It's like, this comes with the territory. If you're offended by that, then fuck off and go review something else that's more your style, which is probably boring and shitty. All right, so anybody that's really talking shit about the game, giving it a shitty review because oh my god, it's not PC, suck a dick. All right, Anyways, guys, that's all I gotta say about that. If you can like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, follow me over on Twitch or Twitter if you want to continue the conversation. If you check this game out, it's fucking awesome. Right now, the first Destroy All Humans game is on Game Pass. If you guys want to check that out, wherever you could get it, get it. The game is fucking cheap as shit. That game is good. This one is better. From what I've played this far. Short games, a lot of fun. You can get the first one for cheap, or you can play it on Game Pass. Whatever floats your boat, guys. But with all that being said, I'm out. Peace.